This time it's going to be a Q&A on Reiki. No, I didn't write down the answers because I already know, but I have the questions written down. So I just wanted to start off by saying that these questions reflect a range of interest from practical concerns to deeper inquiries about the practice of Reiki. So the questions are, what is Reiki? What to expect during a session? What happens during a typical session? What are the benefits of Reiki? Can Reiki help with specific health issues? Is Reiki safe? Are there any side effects? Can anyone receive Reiki, or are there restrictions? Can I practice Reiki on myself? Can Reiki be done remotely? How does distant Reiki work? Is remote Reiki as effective as in person? So, to start off with question 1, what is Reiki? Reiki is a Japanese healing technique that uses gentle touch to no touch to promote relaxation and balance. It does come from higher source. Typically, I'd say when people ask me what is Reiki, I mean, there's a lot of explanations for it. But typically, I'd say it comes from higher source and it flows through me as a Reiki master. It flows through me all the time. So I'd simply say that. So how does it work? So Reiki works when the Reiki level 1 certified student, Reiki practitioner, Reiki master, or above. There is people above Reiki masters. I do plan on taking those classes eventually when those classes are available. When those people, channel it, when they do what they need to start the session. Meaning, okay, they amp themselves up, is my way of saying it, and then they start the session, they find out what they need to work on, and then they do it. Typically, Reiki does flow through whoever's doing it, and then working on the client or themselves. You can work on yourself. What to expect during a Reiki session. So usually when I'm giving a Reiki session, me as the person, hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining my live. I'm just talking about some Q&A on Reiki. So what to expect during the Reiki session. Typically for me, I'm quiet. I'm usually quiet because I'm working and focusing on the energy and what I need to for the client. It's important to note that while I'm working on a client, I'm also getting healed too. Because how is somebody gonna be a healer and not be healed themselves? What to expect? Some other things to expect is sensations may be going throughout your body in and out, or certain things from the past may rise up and then just go away. Because those parts of you are being healed. Those memories, whatever the case may be going on with you, it will be healed. What happens during a typical session usually ends up being in person. I have given online. So what would happen would be, I must recommend not using electronics or driving. Don't do any of that. Because you're going to be really relaxed. You're going to be feeling energy that maybe you're not used to. So just taking the time to recognize that, and recognizing that whatever is done during a Reiki session is basically what am I talking about? I'm talking about Reiki, a Q&A on Reiki. So right now I'm in the process of answering what to expect during the session. So some things on what to expect definitely would be the things I mentioned. But typically what happens you taking the time to unravel yourself from things that you've been through, releasing what you need to, healing what you need to, getting the guidance that you need, or whatever the case may be. Uh, what are the benefits of Reiki? Oh my gosh, like I can go on for that topic for a very long time. Um, some benefits of Reiki, oh my gosh. Healing, the topics that I've said before, like trauma, emotional issues, blockages. And it's not just that. I also work with the aura, the chakras, your energy fields. I'm working on all of it. I can include Reiki with massages. Like literally, as I'm giving you a regular massage, I can do it that way, and I can even differentiate the two. Meaning, I can go from giving you a focused Reiki session to a massage session in the same session. So that's like a two-on-one thing right there. Can Reiki help with specific health issues? Yes. Yeah, I can. Definitely can. You just have to know what specific thing you want for your health. Like what are you trying to achieve by that is what my first question would be. Like that really can get into detail. It just depends on who the person is and what they're going through and what the issue may be. To the next question would be, is Reiki safe? Yes. Reiki is safe. Reiki does no harm. If it brings back things from the past, things that it may remind you of some stuff, it's important to note that that came up for a reason and it was appropriate for the reasoning and you are at will for it. Reiki only goes based off at will and what you're ready and appropriate to receive for your healing. Are there any side effects? So for me, when I work on myself and when I've gotten a few Reiki sessions only during the classes that I've been in, I would say it makes me happier. It makes me joyful, more at peace, more calm, more collective. Those are my side effects, but those aren't negative side effects. Those are me. Those are good side effects. I want that. Can anyone receive Reiki, or are there restrictions? This is a very important question because the answer to that is simply yes. Everybody can receive Reiki as long as they are willing and accepting, wanting to receive it. It will happen. If the person sometimes isn't ready to receive Reiki, the Reiki gets stored up like a battery, and then they can say yes to receiving or not, and things like that. Can you? And also because of that, so going on with the question, are there restrictions? Other than what I mentioned, no. The only time there will be a restriction is if the person is simply not really willing or wanting to receive, meaning the time isn't appropriate for them. As far as like religion-wise, if people think that like, oh, she's blah 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 or whatever, you can't get a Reiki session. Like, no, that's not the case. Like, Reiki is for everybody. Reiki is a spiritual practice. Like, there's nothing preventing it other than really the person who's potentially getting the session. Can you practice Reiki on yourself? The answer to that is yes. If you've taken level 1 or beyond to master beyond master level, the answer to that would be yes. Even starting at the first level, I could teach you those the different levels that I've had so far. But as far as like trying to do Reiki on yourself without having the class, without having the knowledge, without having what you need to amplify it, the truth is it won't happen. It won't happen. You won't see the progress that you're trying to do. You have to take the class or get Reiki sessions in order to actually feel it. Can Reiki be done remotely? Yes. Reiki can be done remotely, meaning online, like on Zoom, whatever, phone call. It isn't even, all I need is really your name and that you want a session. That's it. Like, but I would need to know that you want one in order for me to get started. But anyways, I do have a response to that. Some people are very tech savvy. So as far as like to differentiate the two from in-person sessions to online sessions, some people prefer online because they're just so tech savvy that they feel comfortable in that space even though they're not physically knowing the person. Some people are comfortable with that. But as far as in person, you kind of get like the vibe more of the person, and it's more along the lines of like not even setting up the room properly, because the truth is in person, you know, maybe it feels more meaningful to that person, like, hey, I'm taking the time to get this session in, that I'm actually, you know, spending time for myself instead of, you know, doing whatever. I don't know what the case may be, but yeah, it can be done remotely. I'm just saying that it may, the vibe from the specific people you're getting the session from, or whatever the case may be, the vibe may be different there. That's all I'm gonna say. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing whatever. There's just no judgment at all. How does distant Reiki work? So, uh, depending on how the meeting is going, whether on phone call, online, Zoom, whatever the case may be, we would start off by saying, okay, are you interested in the Reiki session? And then I would talk about Reiki depending on what's appropriate for that time frame, depending on what's appropriate for the reasoning. Um, I'll start off by explaining, and then I'll do what I need to amp myself up is my explanation, quick, quote unquote, explanation for that. And then I would get started from there. And that would be the same case for in person. Is remote Reiki as effective as in person? I kind of referred to that in my previous question. So I just wanted to clarify some things on that. Thank you for the people who joined my live, and expect more lives. I don't know when I'm going to or when I'll have time to, but expect more lives on those topics, and I'm going to be trying to figure out some ways that I can better my YouTube lives so they come across more smoothly and more efficiently for the people I'm trying to reach. Thank you, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are viewing from, and I hope that all of you are doing wonderful, and thank you.